Hi, welcome back to Mike Makes It. It's a sort of mailbag going on here today. I just wanted to show you a few components I've got for upcoming projects. One is the Mac 7219 LED matrix display. Basically, you've got an 8x8 LED matrix, 4 up on this particular board. You feed serial data into the connector they actually give you with it. And on my project, it scrolls right to left. Let's just bring in that project. That's a Bitcoin ticker. It's actually online, so you can have a look at the whole project there. But that's the idea of the scrolling display. You can cascade them. So I've tried it with 8 and it works a treat. But these were £2.97 from Banggood. Really good. And I think I even had free shipping. Excuse the scrunching, but I bought a lot of them. I've got a few projects in mind, so you'll see this coming through on the channel. But I'll put a link in the description as always for these items. But for less than £3 for that delivered, that's fantastic. And every one I've had so far that I've tried works. So that's always a positive. So let's move those out the way and see what else we got. Moving into Raspberry Pi a little bit, that's what that last Bitcoin ticker was based on. Now I thought rather than having cables all over the bench, running here, there and everywhere, I'll go for Raspberry Pi 400. Basically, this is Raspberry Pi 4 put into a Raspberry Pi keyboard. Now I've barely used this, but I will be in the future. But as I say, I've got more Raspberry Pi projects coming through the video channel. There's a custom board in here. It's not a Raspberry Pi 4 with a few cables coming out of it. There's a board approximately this size. I'm not going to open it up. I don't want to invalidate the warranty. There are YouTube videos available for you to have a little look at online if you really want to see inside one of these. But basically all the ports that would be on a normal Raspberry Pi 4 are available to you here. You've got the GPIO ports, pins 1 to 40 coming out of there, and there are various gadgets you can get to get access to those ports. And I'll do a little bit of rustling to one side of me. And this is the one I think is the most useful to me, or will be. This will plug into the port in the back. Just take that off the back. There's another part of the kit there. Breadboard. I'll pop the breadboard out. Like so. And the idea of this, pins facing down, but that'll basically clip into the breadboard. I think you get where I'm coming from. That'll go in there, and that'll plug in the Raspberry Pi. So you've got a little bit of external area or real estate you can work at, and you've got the breakouts coming out of there. It's all identified on the top, all the GPIO ports, etc. you need. And with the help of the breadboard, you'll have at least 2, possibly 3 available pins to you. Let's just slot that in, just see what we got. We can definitely get access to 2 pins there, so you could always bring a loop round the back to have more connections if need be. But I thought that would be quite handy, and using this as your base, again, quite good. This was just over £60 delivered. Now, Raspberry Pi 4 gig, which this is based on, this is 4 gig memory in here, they're not a lot cheaper. I think they're probably £20 cheaper. But you got the keyboard. Nothing else came with this. This was a bare keyboard Raspberry Pi 4 only. You can get a kit. I didn't. I chose this. I got all the power supplies and everything else, so I was quite happy about that. What I did also get was something crinkly in the package. Just open that up, and you'll see Raspberry Pi sleeve. I got that from the Pi Hut. Again, links will be in the description. That was a £5. And the idea of that, I'm not going to be living Raspberry Pi day to day. So when I'm not using it, I can pop it in the sleeve and not chuck it in the cupboard, but it can go in the cupboard and it'll be dust free. Yeah, I could have put it in the box, but it's possible I may want to take this out and about. So chuck it in the back of the Land Rover and off we go. So that's your Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi 400, that is. There was another GPIO output type connector for the Raspberry Pi 4, which I thought would be okay. But actually trying to use it wasn't so good. You've got the connector on the back, like I say, that'll pop in there. Now, I don't know if I can show that. That's cocked out at a bit of an angle. Electrically, it would like to be a little bit more vertical. But it will push in. I'm sure it makes good contact. And you got a nice little card with all the breakout GPIO numbers, pin numbers, etc. And the idea of that just fits on top of the header plug. I think I got that the right way around. And that's okay. I didn't find it as useful as this. And it worked out, I think this was about a £5. This with a separate breadboard, you had to buy it separately, was about £12. So it was a little bit more expensive, but I think I just prefer that sitting on the bench here rather than working over on the keyboard, being this close. But it's only personal preference. But I got some more of these Pi Zeros, £9, something very, very cheap. And that Bitcoin ticker is based on one of these. Raspberry Pi Zero W, so it's got the Wi-Fi on it. No memory card comes with it, but they're very, very cheap as well, like £3 or £4. So you'll see a few more Raspberry Pi Zeros coming through in projects. One more thing, I don't know if you've heard of Waveshare. They make a lot of components, but the things I've been interested in, again, excuse the rustling, is their e-ink display. Fantastic display. Black and white in this case. We've got a protective shroud on it, so I can't actually show you that in any more detail. That's £15 from Banggood. What will be coming through the pipeline is another Waveshare display, but this is a 7-inch display. Just carefully show you that out the box. Not very interesting looking yet. You wait a few weeks and look on the YouTube channel, you'll see this. This is another subscriber counter, but this display is 3 colours. In this case, black, white and red. You can get black, white and yellow, but I needed the red, and you'll see soon, if you keep an eye on the YouTube channel, you'll see what I'm up to. And I think the last item is this. £3 or £4 from Banggood. I'm going to use it to put isopropyl alcohol in it. Just unscrew that. You can see it's just a container. Very, very thick plastic, or probably some polyethylene, but really, really strong. Hopefully it's going to last. Little tube in there. Again, I'll probably, you're ahead of me on this. Lid on the top. Flip that up. If you've got a liquid in there, and clearly I haven't, do that a couple of times and it'll pump liquid up into the bowl. Then if you need to do any cleaning, you've got a little bit of rag, you want to get some flux off a board, put a brush in there. Again, the liquid will pump up to the top. Now, I haven't seen one of these for over 30 years. And so when I saw it on Banggood, I thought, yeah, I'll try that. Because I used to use this at GE Avionics it was. We used to use them when we were building power supplies for cleaning the flux residue off PCBs. But yeah, hopefully it's going to work. Hopefully it's going to be very good. Not going to be used all day, but for the money and the quality, it looks very, very good. Anti-static, so you're not going to get build up of static and burn the house down if you do use isopropyl in it, IPA in it. You could use methylated spirits, could even use water if you wanted to. It's stainless steel, so it's not going to rust. But yeah, very happy with that. Anyhow, I think that's all I've got to show you. A kind of first mailbag from Mike Makes It. Certainly got some ideas of things that are going to come through the channel to you. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, leave me a thumbs up. If there's something you're not happy about, always happy to get comments. How can I improve the channel? More than happy to hear how you think I can do that. Anyhow, thanks for watching.